there. So it's been quite the week. We've been home for a little over a week. You know, just that first week back home is kind of crazy, and I really don't know. I think this bread is still good. No, maybe not. I really don't know how other people just like jump back into doing the videos and keep up with all of that, because it has just been kind of crazy over here. And I said I was going to put on some makeup before I actually did this, before I started, but I'm like, you know what? I also said that I was going to be more realistic, and this is just what's going on. This is a week postpartum. This is what's going on. So I figured I would give you a little update while I'm trying to make my lunch on what this past week has entailed. So we got home on Sunday of last week, and it was great in the very beginning. Everything was going really smoothly, and then we kind of had some issues with Evelyn. She was really struggling to get over her jaundice, and so we ended up having to go to the doctor several times last week, and then to the point that we ended up I had to stop breastfeeding and pump and give her pumped milk for several days to kind of try to wash that belly, or to flush that bilirubin out. And she's doing much better now. She's her levels are finally, as of Friday, they have finally started to go back down, and so we are back to full-on nursing, and that's going great. She adjusted very well to going from the breast to the bottle, back to the breast, and she's not really had any issues beyond that. I have been kind of struggling a little bit postpartum. I was doing really good, and then I kind of overdid it, and so I had to over the weekend kind of basically just do nothing and just sit. And then today I have been feeling much better. I'm actually feeling like I can be up and moving around and not having any pain, but I was having a lot of pain there for a while. But I think we're on the mend. So now it's just adjusting to having, life with a newborn again, and having other kids around as well. So I'm trying to today get caught up on housework, because everything just it's almost like my house exploded over the past week, because my husband has been, he had to go back to work right away because they are setting up a new account, and he had a lot to get done. I didn't want him to use up his PTO. He could have, but he doesn't get time off, and so he would have to use all of his PTO time, and I would rather him save that for like Christmas and stuff. So we're just gonna, we just kind of lived in a little bit of chaos for a week, and now I think that things are starting to that we're kind of on the mend. I can get back into getting things back under control. So yeah, as you can see, everything is kind of just a little bit of chaos around here. But you know what? What's bad is I already picked up a little bit. So everything's just a little bit chaotic. Floors really need to be clean. We got a lot to do. But, it is what it is for being a week postpartum. But I'll show y'all the one that you really want to see. And there she is, knocked out in her swing. She's a very good baby. She doesn't really cry very much unless she's hungry, or she's tired, or she's dirty. She sleeps okay, given that she's a newborn, as well as can be expected. But, and we have eyeballs. She's very rarely awake. Being so little and having the jaundice last week, we didn't get to see a lot of her eyes. And she always has this furrowed expression. Like she's either think she's very deep in thought, or she's just very upset with things, which it's 2020, so everybody's upset with things. So there's that.
And
You're not alone.
the baby's cute.
And she's got the hiccups. Oh, goodness.
What hiccups?
The hiccups. And how do you feel about your baby sister?
I feel great with my baby sister.
Do you love her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's cute. You get to see this again.
Yeah, now we've been using that. Huh?
Yep,
Now that she's here, we like that blanket.
we need this blanket.
We're still in our jammies. That's how our week has been going.
Everyone's not in her jam.
No, Evelyn's not. Matthew got dressed too, so. She has her 2-week checkup on tomorrow, Tuesday. So we'll get to see how big she is. Oh, we still have to take the tape off the windows. We never did that. We kind of forgot about it. It's been kind of crazy since we had the hurricane scare. We just never got around to a lot of things.
Yeah, but we moved our stuff.
Yeah.
The couch.
What was I saying? Oh, I weighed her. Let's see if I can prop her back up. I weighed her on our bathroom scale with me holding her and then stepping on by myself. And she was, yesterday she was back up to her birth weight. So she got down to 6 pounds, 10 ounces last week. And then she was 7 pounds, 2 ounces this week whenever I got on the scale with her. Ooh, that's a mad face.
Mad.
She's acting like she wants to nurse again. She just nursed, but we might have to nurse again apparently.
But
So.
she had too much milk. We wiped off the milk off.
Yep, she had a little bit too much milk and she kind of spit a little bit of it. I think she just wants to nurse to get rid of the hiccups though. So happy Tuesday. We are at the doctor's office for Evelyn's, I guess it's her 2-week checkup because she turned a week on Saturday and so she is a week and a half now. So I don't know, week, 2 week, whatever. But anyway, her second checkup. So I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. It was technically yesterday, but I mentioned how she was at the doctor all week last week because she was having her bilirubin constantly checked. She had to go in 3 days in a row to get her heel pricked. But it seems like it's going down and she's doing pretty good. So what we're doing now is that we are waiting because with COVID, how they're doing this, we have to wait in our car and call whenever we get there. And then they will call us in. So that way they don't have anybody in the waiting room. Which I appreciate because of having a teeny tiny little baby. But, so now we're just waiting. She is just so precious. I can't even stand it, how cute she is. Okay, so we are all done in there. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we are all done in there. I really should have nursed her before we went in because she's not quite 2 weeks old, and so at 2 weeks old they really want them to have regained their birth weight, and she's so close. She's so close. She's 7 pounds right now. So she was 7 pounds 2 ounces when she was born. And so they wanted her to be at 7 pounds 2 ounces by now, but she's only 11 days old. So her doctor was kind of like gave us a little bit more leeway, considering she'll probably gain 2 ounces within the next 3 days. So I'm like, man, if I had just nursed her before we went in there, she would have put on 2 ounces because that's how much she's eating. But oh well. But she did good. Everything else looks good. She didn't have to do another bilirubin. I was worried that they were going to want to do another bilirubin because her levels were still fairly high on Friday, but they're you can tell just with her demeanor and with how she's her diaper output and how much more alert she is. You can tell it's getting better. Her color's also changing, so her doctor doesn't seem concerned about it, so she decided not to do another belly ribbon, which, yay. I mean, she still had to get a heel prick because they still had to do the newborn screening stuff, but, you know, yeah. So I haven't picked up the camera at all today. It is Wednesday, and this has pretty much been our day. That's why, I mean, Evelyn's not dressed, I'm not dressed, the kids are outside doing something in the backyard, and we have done pretty much nothing at all today. Matt did his math, but I feel like I've said this kind of stuff before. I struggle in survival mode situations, especially when it involves sleep deprivation. So we are just kind of trying to get by. Evelyn is not sleeping super great. She's so precious that it's okay, but I really would like to get some sleep. My sweet husband got up with her a little bit last night so I could catch up, but night before last she was up. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll get her in a second. And my 3-year-old's naked in the backyard. So, welcome to my life. Yeah, she was up every hour, I think, night before last, and then last night she was up quite a bit too. I have a new swaddle coming. I'm hoping it helps. She seems to like having her arms up by her face, so we got the little love to, I'll insert a picture here, the love to dream swaddle. So I'm hoping that helps. But yeah, I'm feeling really bad. I have to get some sleep soon because I am just such a crab whenever I am sleep deprived. I try so hard to be that patient mom, but when I don't have sleep, I am not the best mom in the world. I try to remind myself and I remind my kids that this is, you know, that this age is, it's such a short fleeting time, and it won't be but, you know, a couple more weeks and then things will start to hit some form of a rhythm and she'll start sleeping better and we'll get back on track. But it is tough, and I feel really bad for them because it's hard whenever you have a new baby at home. So we'll get there though. Hey there. So it is Thursday. Ooh, that's too low. I'm trying not to get that light because I noticed in another video, when I was editing this video earlier, when I was editing a clip earlier, the light behind me is very distracting, and this is not good lighting here either. So I am very excited because we are actually doing something relatively normal, and that's a huge thing because we have not been able to have like normal things basically since COVID started. So we are heading to the park with our friends. We haven't gotten to the park in like 6 months. You know, obviously parks have been like closed and everything, so we are stoked. And we actually had a really good night last night. As far as sleep goes, Evelyn did really good for a baby. I have to eat and then we're gonna go. Yeah, so I'll catch y'all in the car. We've got all of them back there. There's Matthew. Let's see if we can see. There she is. It's our first outing with all 4 kids. So we're gonna see how this goes. So we missed a couple of days. Matthew, I'm talking to the camera now, so just FYI, I'm not talking to you. So it's been kind of eventful. We were at my sister's house. Today is Saturday. We were at my sister's house yesterday, and so we were just visiting and didn't feel up to. I'm trying to fix Callum's little mask. Let me finish one thing at a time. Okay, so I didn't feel like pulling the camera out or anything, so we were just over there visiting, letting her see the baby. And then we had, let's see, on Thursday at the park, we had a little bit of an issue with Kaylin. I thought she was having issues with her breathing. Remember, I'm coming off of my anxiety medication, and so I am a little bit paranoid until things balance back out. I'm just going to be a little extra anxious. And so I called the pediatrician. She had also had an issue at her pediatrician's appointment earlier this week with her umbilical jelly, so they had put some silver nitrate in it, and she had gotten some of it around her belly button on her fingernail, and so there was like discoloration, and I was the dummy who decided to get on Google and freaked myself out, and it sounded like she was, you know, having issues getting oxygen in her blood, and so we ended up at the pediatrician sent us to the emergency room, just because babies can go downhill very fast. And so, okay. And so, she ended up being fine. She was completely fine. But it was a lot of stuff going on, so I ended up not filming then again. But, yeah, so today it is, goodness, I think like 4 o'clock almost, and we are going to Once Upon a Child because Matthew needs some new shoes, and Callum wanted to tag along. Kaylin's taking a nap, and so we're trying to run quickly before she wakes up. And so I've got the 2 boys and the baby back there. You can kind of see her in the little mirror right there.
Mom's not holding her phone because mommy's nursing the baby, and so we're holding mommy's phone right now.
Anyway, so I got kind of cut off earlier. So we're at Once Upon a Child. We ended up, it's kind of a, I mean, it wasn't like a bust. We ended up only finding, we didn't find the one thing that we came looking for, so that was unfortunate. And then we found way too much stuff. But I got a lot of stuff for the kids for fall, which I've been needing to do, but I haven't been able to go shopping. And now
I have glasses.
Callum got sunglasses. And now I'm trying to nurse the baby discreetly
She's right there.
in the parking lot. And she's not cooperating. She will not stay latched on. Alright.
Yeah, I love that little baby.
I love that little baby. Alright. Got a new pacifier for Kaylin. I keep calling her Kaylin, but for Evelyn to try. Because she's not been super big on pacifiers. I think she's done. And I was gonna look at a little bit more stuff. I found stuff for Kaylin, a couple things for Callum, and some things for Matthew. Matt found a Halloween costume, so there's his mask. But Evelyn, I'm trying not to expose myself. Evelyn had a screaming fit in the store because she wanted to nurse. But see, here she is. I told you she's here. But she, then we got in the car and she doesn't want to nurse. I'm like, excuse you. Rude. And she was like, the whole store was, you know, just, oh my goodness. Ah! And spit up.
Look at me.
Okay, tell back here.
Mom, look at me.
So I mentioned that she has ice.
Look at me.
Oh, I see you. So I mentioned that she
I'm
has
standing on the eye.
really bad reflux.
I'm standing on the eye.
So we got some stuff called this, it's from Highlands, it's called Cell Salt, and it's supposed to be an all-natural way of treating reflux, but the deal is that it makes it worse before it makes it better, and so you have 48 hours of, like, them being kind of sick and spitting up more than they were before. And so we're at like 36 hours, and so I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll start seeing a turnaround. Are you still hungry, baby girl?
Yeah, I got some.
Oh, she's discontent now. So, I'm hoping we'll start seeing a turnaround pretty soon tomorrow. But anyway, I'm going to get off here because she's done, I think. And I'm going to put her in her car seat, put her in the back, and we're going to get going and go home. I might stop and get something to drink, though. I am dying of thirst. Cartilage. Your nose? Cartilage.
Sure.
Yes. I'm not Google. Good, how are you? Hold on, don't run off.
Ooh, it's mine. I don't need a nap. I don't.
Like I said, I'm dying of thirst. So we decided to stop. I got chest marks because it looks funny. Which is not very good. Okay. Unsweet tea. But it's not very good unsweet tea. Alright. Put their dose down there.
Wait, is it yours?
No, it's Dad's. Ooh, that's really bad unsweet tea. Okay. Alright. Man, it doesn't look good either. Darn it. I hate when they do that. Sonic has been really disappointing me lately on their drinks. It's so frustrating because you get all in your head like, yeah, I want cherry lime in it. The cherry lime is just not very good. Was yours good at least?
Yeah.
Well, that makes me